This plateau was first sighted in 1903 during the discovery expedition to the Antarctic, which was led by Robert Falcon Scott. Ernest Shackleton became the first to cross parts of this plateau in 1909 during his Nimrod expedition, which turned back in bad weather when it had reached a point 97 nautical miles, 180 kilometers 112 mi from the South Pole. Shackleton named this plateau the King Edward VII Plateau in honor of the King of the United Kingdom. In December 1911, while returning from the first journey to the South Pole, the Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen decided to name this plateau the King Haakon VII Plateau in honor of the newly elected King of Norway. The Antarctic Plateau was first observed and photographed from the air in 1929 by a Ford trimotor aeroplane carrying 4 men on the first flight to the South Pole and back to the seacoast. The chief pilot of this flight was Bernt Balken, a native of Norway, and the navigator and chief organizer of this expedition was Richard E. Byrd of Virginia, an officer in the U.S. Navy. The other 2 members of its crew were the co-pilot and the photographer. The Antarctic Plateau's high altitudes, high latitudes, and extremely long, sunless winters combined mean that the temperature here has been the lowest in the world in recent years. And 92 shows that it has dropped to a degree. The nearly continuous frigid winds that blow across the Antarctic Plateau, especially in the austral winter, make the environment inhospitable to life. Microbial abundance is low, less than 103 cells/ml of snowmelt. The microbial community is mainly composed of members of the alpha proteobacteria class, for example Coloniaceae and Rhodobacteriaceae, which is one of the most well-represented bacterial groups in marine habitats. Bacteroidota, for example Cryomorphaceae and Flavobacteriaceae, and Cyanobacteria. According to research, polar microorganisms should be considered as not only deposited airborne particles, but also as active components of the snowpack ecology of the Antarctic Plateau. 2. No penguins live on the Antarctic Plateau, and few birds routinely fly over it, except mostly Antarctic petrels, snow petrels, and South Polar skuas. There are very few land animals anywhere on the plateau, or the Antarctic in general.